President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono and a group of delegates are currently in China in a bilateral visit to strengthen the diplomatic relations between the two nations. This will be the topic for our Talking Point program today, and present here with us to discuss the matter is Veeramalla Anjaiah, the senior managing editor of the Jakarta Post. Okay, Mr. Anjaiah, as the senior journalist for the Jakarta Post, we understand that you have several insights or actually several information that you know about the visit of our president to China. And for first start, how important is the visit of the president to China for our country?
Yeah, thank you. Good evening. This is a very important visit from the Indonesian side to strengthen the relations between the two countries, which have already a strategic partnership which was established in 2005. Since then, both countries' relations have been, growing at a rapid speed. But this is the right time because in a few months from now, the Chinese, there will be a big change in the Chinese leadership. So there will be a new leader, and the President, His Excellency Hu Jintao, will step down, and Xi Jinping will take over as the new president. So that's why it is the right moment to know the future leaders of China, to lay a foundation for a very strong partnership between the two countries. So in my view, it is the right step in the right direction.
Yes. Do we have any information about the next leader who will rule in China?
Yeah, it is already announced that the present vice president will replace His Excellency Hu Jintao.
Does they have any common interest, especially towards Indonesia?
That's why maybe during this visit, maybe it will be known, because during the meetings we can have a chance to hear what will be the vision of the new leadership. But if we notice the Chinese leadership, I think very rarely there major changes. I think generally for the certain period of time they will follow the old policies. So I don't think because now I think the China is looking at Indonesia as an important country. That's why one of the officials recently mentioned that they look Indonesia as a 3G concept: good friend, good neighbor, good partner.
Okay.
So it's very interesting. So that's why they give very importance to Indonesia, because Indonesia is the largest economy in Southeast Asia, as well as the biggest democracy in this part of the world. So that's why they want to have a very good relations with Indonesia.
So actually the cooperation between Indonesia and China, business-wise, it has started from 2005 and is developed it has grown progressively until now. So what is the real aspects of cooperation that we can see from what's going on right now?
Yeah, actually these relations were established, re-established actually in the 90s during Suharto time.
Okay.
At the time, because there was a break, but then since then slowly picked up the speed. But only in 2005, both leaders of the countries, they agreed to establish a strategic partnership. Mm-hmm. Since then, the relations really took off. They are now reaching, you rightly mentioned, now actually the bilateral trade reached last year $60.5 billion, which is a very big, huge. I think now with that, this is actually based on the Chinese statistics. According to Indonesian statistics, it is around $49.5 billion. Based on Indonesian statistics, China is the second biggest partner. But based on China statistics, China is our biggest trading partner in the world. So that is amazing. But only there are some what you call imbalance in the trade. because now Indonesia is exporting lesser than what we are importing from China. According to our Central Statistics Agency (BPS), that we exported last year $22 billion, and we imported from China $26 billion. That means there is a trade deficit of $4 billion.
Yeah.
But this I see, actually it is actually this is because of the people say this is because of the a free trade agreement signed between China and ASEAN countries. But actually this became effective only in 2010. But if we compare with our fellow countries like in ASEAN, like if you take for example Malaysia, since beginning of the talks of this free trade agreement, they are well prepared. They trained their business people, they gave all the information, they conducted so many seminars, they sent the business people to study what really China need and then how we can benefit from this free trade agreement. The result is today you will be surprised. Last year, the trade between Malaysia and China, it was $90 billion.
$90 billion.
$90 billion. Just now you mentioned in the news that we have a target of reaching 80 billion by 2015.
Yes.
But they already reached it last year. Okay. Then not only that, actually among that $90 billion, $30 billion trade surplus with Malaysia in favor of Malaysia. They benefited $30 billion. We are deficit, they are surplus. So that is, I mean, our business people are not prepared. I mean, when this free trade agreement was signed.
And so what is actually the challenges to match up with what is established by Malaysia?
Yeah, actually it is too late, but I mean, we have to start now. I mean, we have to start now. We have these products, and they need these products. So we have to go in an aggressive way to go to the field and see what they need from us, okay, and what we need from them, and then how we can benefit. So that's why I mean now I think Indonesia is on a very big program of building infrastructure everywhere. We need $80 billion every year in the next 5 years. So maybe because China is now one of the biggest economies in the world, maybe the #1 economy in the world now, according to some US economists. So they can invest in our infrastructure projects. They can open these refineries, oil refineries, smelting points, manufacturing industry. So that way we can gain more benefits.
Okay, and then considering that China is actually a superpower in terms of economy, can we tag along in that progress?
Yeah, we can learn a lot from China, because until recently China is also a developing country like Indonesia. So actually we can learn a lot. We have so many bottlenecks in our development. I mean, like we have infrastructure problems, we have bureaucracy, we have of course the corruption and all other aspects. So then we have to learn lessons from them, and then we can also adopt some of their best practices, how to improve our economic stature. So there is a chance. I mean, okay. So now we recently today just we signed important agreements like building a bridge connecting this Sunda Strait. So it is Sumatra and Java Islands, and also they want to invest in our Krakatau steel plant also some money, and also they want to involve in infrastructure projects. It is a good opportunity. I mean. So
currently, actually, China is already progressively investing in Indonesia.
Yeah, but not that big way because of these bottlenecks. I said still their investments are much below than the Singapore, Japan, and Malaysia. So they have to increase their investments. So that's why maybe the president visit is the right time. I mean, to convince the CEOs, the business leaders in China to come back to Indonesia and invest heavily.
So for the last question, this is the second year actually after the signing of cooperation of implementation between Indonesia and China. So what do you see in the future for the cooperation between Indonesia and China?
Yeah, it will grow further, but only some problems will arise because now China is growing at a rapid speed, and also now they are projecting their soft power as well as hard power image in Southeast Asia. Now we have the issue of the South China Sea, in which some of the ASEAN countries have problems with this territorial dispute with China. So this may create, I mean, this will become a threat to ASEAN regional peace and security. But at the same time, also we must remember the words of our Foreign Minister, Mr. Martin Hatalagawa, who said that China's rise is a natural phenomena, not a threat. So that's why maybe everybody should come together and have a solution to this problem.
Yeah, well, I think this is a better future not only for China but also especially for Indonesia.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Anjaiah, thank you very much for your time, but we have a limited time so far.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue with our next item. It is from home. It is said that